weathering up this reefer car right here we got here. You can see the trucks are very nicely weathered. Everything else here is very nicely weathered. Right here, this is actually a car I got a very, very long time ago. I really don't use this car as much as I used to, honestly. But for now, it'll do for this weathering job. This is kind of like a practice run for the reefer car Atlas, for the Atlas reefer car. Now, I'll show you guys the Atlas reefer car right now, but this is the one I have right here. You can see there's graffiti. I did some pen graffiti as well. A lot of things, you know. Yeah, it's been a long day, honestly, so I'm just really tired to do a late night weathering job. Alright, it's good that you guys can hear me. I just checked right now. Alright, let me go get that other reefer car so you guys can see what I'm working on. Well, what I'm working for. Technically, that car is basically going to be like a sketch for this reefer car. It's weird. Oh, here it is. So I found this reefer car at the model train show in Bakersfield, and it is an Atlas reefer car. This reefer car was $50. Very, very good deal, honestly. And I really liked it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this car, and I'm gonna do a weathering job on it. Here's what we're going to be replicating here on my computer screen. We're going to be making those streaks. Probably not as fine, but yeah, we're going to be doing something like that. That, in fact, is this side right here. There we go. Also, you can see I weathered the ends and the roof. Before, the roof used to be very yellow, but now it has like a whitish fade to it when you look at it from the side, which is perfect because honestly, that's kind of how these cars are. Those old school reefer cars are now and then. When you see one, they're all graffitied up. Especially over here in Bakersfield, I always see them graffitied. I don't think I've seen one that's clean, that doesn't have graffiti on it. So yeah, that's what we're going for. Who's watching? Who's watching? Why is the chat disabled? Let me see if I can get that off. Sorry, my brother's in the background. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to take that off so you guys could. Okay. There you go. Let's see if you guys can type in the chat now before we get started. There you go. Alright, the chat's up for you guys. If you guys want to talk while I'm doing this video, you guys can type in the chat, ask me some questions, tell me how it's going, you know? So, All right, let's get it started. So first thing we're going to be wanting to do, especially with this type of weathering job, is use some weathering powders. We're not going to go too heavy on it, but we're going to be using some of these. These are good weathering powders. I use these all the time. You can see I'm actually I'm running out. And here is some chalks I have here. These are some chalks that I'll be using to weather. So always before we do a weathering job, we're gonna have to use some acrylic paint. So we're gonna be using black acrylic and brown acrylic. We're gonna mix these together, and we are going to make some rust spots. Alright, so now I'm applying the paint to the paper. We're going to be mixing it, and then we're going to be applying it to the car. Thanks for everybody who's watching right now. Like I said, the chat is open. Talk to me. I'll be responding. No problem. So I have all my paints right here in front of me. There's a lot of them that I don't need, that I need to get rid of, but I don't want to get rid of them because, and then I am gonna need them, and then I'm not gonna have them. All right, so here is where we're gonna be applying them with. Just a small. I don't know if it'll focus during live, but we're gonna be using a small paintbrush like that. We're gonna mix it up with this one right here. There you go. It's focusing now. That's good. I like it when it focuses. All right. I'm gonna mix this up. How was your guys' day? My day was going good. My brother's with the soccer practice. I watched a movie while I was drawing graffiti on this train car. So the acrylic paint that we're going to be applying on here is always going to take a minute for it to dry. I believe it'll look better at the end once the powders are applied to it, because the powders are basically like highlights. So once you apply the highlights, should be fine. Actually, I think that needs some more acrylic brown paint. All right. So now let's try this. Mixing it one more time. Okay. All right, we got the color that we wanted. Big time. So this is what I'm going for. Right here. Come on. You'll see it on the car. Right now in about 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Now I gotta bring up this picture. I gotta stick to the picture. It's always good to stick to a picture. Also, I won't be applying these like I always apply them. I will be applying these like how do I say this? Dry brushing, something like that. Something very similar. There we go. It's always good to take your time. It's like it's a key word to weathering. Taking your time means finding the right day, the right moment to do this type of weathering. Finding the right technique, finding the right way. I'm also working on client work If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me because you're gonna see a lot of very nice photos of some of my work I've been working on. But I will post most of that. I'll probably do a rolling stock update by the end of this month. So like I said, you're gonna kind of cover all of this white and everything up with acrylic powders. Oh my god, I can zoom. I didn't know I can zoom. So, well, now we're zooming. There we go. You can see a little way better now. Nice. You can see way better for myself as well. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna do the bottom. We're gonna do like one side like this, work our way this way. So the bottom is all messed up. And all of this, so much rust. It's just covered. I probably should have done it since it's like so covered like this. I probably could have done this with a wash. But dry brushing is always a good way to start as well. Well, that looks pretty good, honestly. I mean, think about that. Probably a little bit darker with some weathering powders. Make it light up. You see all that good detail. That looks good. We're gonna bring this all the way over here. You don't see that, but I will move the camera right now. That's the beauty of dry brushing, honestly. I mean, you can do a lot of things when you're dry brushing. You can make it act like a wash. You can make it act like weathering powders. I mean, there's only so much you can do. All right, so a white spot right here. Let's cover that up since there's literally not any white spots on this car other than the side panels. All right, now we got the bottom done. I got this done over here and on the top up here. All right, now we're going to darken up some of that rust on the sides. I mean, just look at this. Look at how it transforms. Also, if you have like a spot that you didn't like, or you think would be better off without paint, you can always remove that spot. Or you can keep it there. For instance, this spot right here, I'm going to be taking off with this. There you go. That looks a little better. Everything will come out with the weathering powders as well. Okay, so I'm looking at this reference photo here, and it just seems like all this is just rusted to hell. Zoom out a little bit for you so you can see what I'm doing on the top. That looks good for now. Bring it out just a little bit more. Nice. Looks good. Looks really good. We're gonna make the spot very rusted as well, so we don't have to worry about that. Sorry if I'm breathing in the mic as well. The camera's very close to my face. So now we're just bringing all this up as it shows in the photo, which makes sense. It's usually where the water would probably get stuck at from a rainy day or something. Man, that looks good. This is gonna look really good, guys. I'll probably do another live stream for the other side. There we go. All right, now what we're gonna be doing is doing some more here, a lot right here, and then just rest of the hell on these two right here. And then we're gonna bring it down like this. So let me get an outline going. It's about right here. Going down right there. There we go. I think that's good. I think that's wonderful. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna use some of this burnt umber. And we're gonna use that right here on this section right here, since we're working down here now. So let me pop the hood open. There we go. Just get a little bit, we don't need too much. Now let's use this paintbrush to grab that oil paint, burnt umber oil paint. The great thing about burnt umber oil paint is that you can move it around wherever you want. All this is just rusted to hell. work that up. Bring that in there. These on the car I'm looking at is pretty. It's actually very similar. Similar. So the great thing about oil paints is that you're able to move it around. You're able to fill in those crevices that are around it. Now we're gonna get some acrylic paint. Remember the dry brushing technique I was talking about? There we go. There we go. So now we have those two covered, just like the real thing, and we're gonna do this thing where we just streak it on the side, just like what we did with the oil paint. But this time we're gonna darken things up with it, because we are able to do that. I believe this is Rusted to Hell, so we're going to rest that down. There we go. We're gonna rest these up. Now we're going to give these a turn. There we go. That looks pretty good. These over here, they're actually not as dirty as I thought. There we go. Let's get this covered up. Perfect. Look at that. Did you see what I did there? That was a pro move. You gotta get everywhere you can get. And right here, doesn't seem to be that much happening over here. Now we're gonna do some rust spots. That means we're gonna get rust spots right here. There we go. There we are. I'm actually going to do this with a finer brush, much finer brush. Here we go. We're gonna use one of these. We're gonna go ghetto. There we go. It'll all come out. You just have to be patient. patience is key. Try not to shake your hand as much, especially as I'm doing. Because I shake a lot. I don't like it. That's very prototypical. I will be doing the streaks with these as well. There we go. With this one, here we do the streaks over here. Oh, come on. Here we go. We're gonna get another dip. Let's get some more paint. There we go. So now we got some streaks going off the side. Here. And right here. There we go. That's looking pretty good up here. Like I said, we're gonna be what's it called? We're bringing these paints out, these streaks out with some acrylic, not some acrylic, with some weathering powders. So right here, as I'm seeing on the photo, we are going to be making this right here. Needs to be coming down. Streaks. I think that looks good. I mean, for a start, that looks pretty good. We're gonna take some of this off right here. We're going to adjust the streak to this one. Okay, so then taking some of that off. That's why it's always good to have some isopropyl alcohol around. I was looking at it for about 10 to 5 seconds, and I already knew I didn't like it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a small paper towel. We're going to dip it in the cap. Now we got some isopropyl alcohol here. We're going to grab this and we are going to take that off. There we go. Again, this doesn't really matter since it's going to be filled up with some not acrylic paint. I'm talking about weathering powders. Okay. I'm cleaning up my brush right here so I can get some better handling. Alright, let's try this again. But we're gonna try it with this one. Now there's this spot right here, and a spot right here. And now I have to clean this. I keep dumping my stuff in the paint. That's funny. Here we go. All right. Now we're back on track. There you go. That's what I was looking for right there. These are some fine streaks I'm getting here right now. All right, so now we got that done. We have one more that we gotta do, two more that we gotta do is right here. There we go. Come on. Something not right here. All right. Come on, man. I'm trying to get this done correctly. It's just not working out for me. All right, fine. I'm just gonna do this like this. We will take that off. And take this off. Okay, now we're just gonna use a small paper towel again because that does not look good. I don't like that at all, not one bit. And there we go. Not again. I did my brush and paint again. Damn it. There we go. I already got myself a very nice rust streak right here, some right here and over here. And now we're going to be doing some over here on this side here. I'm gonna just rotate the camera right there because that's the whole thing we're going to be working on right there. All right, here we go. We're going to do something a little different though. We are going to apply the acrylic paint as we are supposed to do. Up here. And then we're going to do some around here. Let me move my picture so I can have a better view. You can't really see that, can you? So that's what I'm doing here on the top. I'm telling you, if I don't like something, I'm going to wipe it off. Thumb or ice bubble alcohol. My computer was going to die, and we don't want that to happen because then we'll have photo reference to base this on. It looks pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see if we can do this with some oil paints. Just to bring it out. Okay, so now we're gonna use some of this. Sold. I got it for $9 at my local hobby shop. We're gonna get a little bit on a brush. Doesn't matter what kind of brush it is, as long as you can get some on it, it'll be fine. Take some off as well if there's too much, which there definitely is. Voila. Now you have some really nice rust streaks. We're gonna add a little bit more. So you would add the oil paint, and then add the Gamey Sal. Okay, so add a little bit more right here on the bottom. That looks pretty good. adding coats. It's okay if you guys add a little bit too much or a little bit too little. I always want it just to come out looking pretty spotless, honestly. Okay, something's happening over here. Come on, what the heck is that? I don't know what this is. I'm gonna take it off with the paper towel. There we go, we took that off. Now we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I think we're done right there. Here, we can add like a little bit more. I just need to find the right way to do these rest streaks. So they have to be extremely thin. There you go. So now we got some right there. We're going to add a bit of acrylic paint to the edges over here. Right here. There we go. With that, we have a darker coating here. Oh, don't do this again. Perfect. There we go. All right, we're waiting for a reconnection here as it buffers out. Something happened. Something happened with the Wi-Fi. I don't know what's wrong, guys.